When was it that you felt like, you know what, like I am a professional and I am not worried? Because what people don't understand in real estate, like in the first few years, like you're worried that like, am I going to be able to make it? Is this going to be worth it? And then when you start a team, it's like, is this team going to be profitable? What was the year or the moment, if you remember it, where you're like, dude, like I got this? Was it 5 years in, 4 years in? Or?
You know what? My first 5 years, so I've been doing it for 10. My first 5 years was a solo agent. So as a solo agent, I was fucking lost.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the aim was, and I was just frustrated. Like every so often I would go through a roller coaster of emotions and be like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
And what am I shooting?
Everyone has felt this way, because I feel like that right now. So this is like this is like therapy for me, actually.
Yeah, and until I really learned how to think about it, I should think about not being a successful salesperson. It requires me to be a salesperson that's successful, but more so a successful business person, where the bigger my team gets only equates to I'm adding more value to people's lives, internally with my team, externally with the people that obviously are our clients. But it also shelters me as a team lead that used to do 100% of the jobs, slowly further and further away from getting a job back if someone were to depart for whatever reason from the team. So the bigger the team, the more opportunities I could create for my people, but also if they do leave, the further away I am sheltered from getting the transaction coordination job, the listing coordination job. So finding really good people means that you should be able to scale your business if they're supporting you in the right ways, because then you can focus on hopefully something you're good at. And going back to the love of, do you love real estate? I love real estate to the way that I'm actually helping people accomplish something. And real estate is just part of the process that they have to either liquidate or they have to purchase. So, and real estate is the vehicle that we're transacting.
Yeah, I think the thing is, like, you start getting to a point where you know how bad it can go, and you almost are like, listen, if it goes bad, I want to be the guy to solve your problem. You know, and that's the thing that people don't understand. It's like, the more experience you have, the more things you've seen, the more chances you have, the more all of that, it's like the better chance you have for that mistake. Or like you see that mistake coming and you're like, oh, we need to pause. Like this is going to be this, when this normally happens, something bad's going to happen. We need to like cut ties or whatever we need to do.
I can't agree with you more. Like sometimes as agents, we want the easiest deal. Easiest as in it's streamlined, we know exactly what's going to happen. Plan A executes, the market's great.
We can put us on the market first day, 20 grand over, all cash, let's close in 10 days, yeah.
And honestly, you build a bigger business by taking on and tackling the harder problems. The person that doesn't truly believe in what you do and wants you to discount, but you have to justify why it makes sense to work with you. Or the person that has been burned before and you have to work extra hard to earn their trust and to really solve that problem of helping them think about it in a different way.
Yeah.
The bigger the problem, the more complex, the shittier the property even, the better and the more rewarded we are.
Yeah, and I think it just kind of like puts you towards the test. Like right now, obviously we've been having a good market for a long time. I'm interested to see whenever that ends, you know, how many agents that got in, like me, like I've always been in a good market, like who comes out on the other side, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's going to be very interesting. I think like how many people when it gets tough, like just saying hi to everyone, you know what I mean? You know, I'm worth a celebrity right now. But like, and then two, because social media is so heavy, how that looks and how people are going to be able to take those big losses online now. And that's going to be a very interesting, I think, dynamic in the real estate world if or when that ever happens.
Yep. One of my first mentors when I was a solo agent and I was not skillful, didn't know what I was doing, said the best time to gain market share is in a down market because most people are going to cut back on everything and most people are going to be in a place of scarcity and retraction.
Yeah.
And if you are able to just consistently still put yourself out there, commit your time to the activities that truly matter, even though the results are not going to be there, even maybe the business overall takes a dip because maybe the volume of transactions is less, that's when you can gain the most traction in the market, because as it starts to gain, you're the person that's been putting yourself out there.
I think even like when COVID